Hello, future Northside Spartans. I'm Evan Burton. I'm the assistant principal here at Northside, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this informational video for our Global Studies pathway. During this video, you will hear from current 7th and 8th grade teachers about themselves and this unique program that Northside has to offer. Please keep in mind that this virtual look at Northside is tailored specifically to the Global Studies pathway. So if you and your families are looking for more details on the day-to-day here at Northside, make sure to stay tuned for our virtual open house later in the spring. We can't wait to meet you, so let's get started.
Hello, I am Mrs. Hatfield. I am the math teacher for the Tyro team, and I teach algebra, pre-algebra, and Math 7. In algebra, we use the CPM curriculum, which is College Preparatory Mathematics. And in Math 7 and pre-algebra, we use CMP, which is Connected Mathematics Project. No matter which course your child chooses to enroll in, all of our courses focus on math skills and procedures, but we also focus on being able to think critically, problem solve, justify our thinking. This allows the students to be able to connect with the math and be able to learn at a deeper level. When students are in class, they will also be engaging with the math in a variety of different ways. One day we may be using hands-on manipulatives, another day is group work, and then another day we may be doing experiments where we're collecting and analyzing data. One of my favorite projects from last year is when students were able to create a three-dimensional math city out of recyclable materials. Also, the biggest question we got last year is how are we preparing students who were on the growth model report card to transition to grades? And we want you to rest assured that we're going to do our best to make that transition as smooth and as easy as possible for them. We'll be talking almost daily with them on what are grades, what do they mean as far as mastery is concerned, and we'll be looking at how do we check our grades online and how do we communicate with our teachers effectively about those grades.
And my name is David Glessing, so your students will transition from 7th grade in Mrs. Hatfield's class to the 8th grade in my class. So I want to talk about some of our sequencing of courses. So on the next slide we have the list of courses, and I want to point out that Algebra 1 and Geometry classes at Northside are high school level courses. They have the same expectations and final exams as the courses at North. We work closely with North with our curriculum. So if your student starts in Math 7 in the 7th grade, they'll have me for pre-algebra in the 8th grade using the CMP curriculum. If they start in pre-algebra, they'll be in Algebra 1 in 8th grade, which is a high school course. And if they start in Mrs. Hatfield's Algebra 1 course, they will be in my geometry course. So they will have the opportunity to earn 4 credits of high school math before they leave Northside.
Hello, my name is Mr. Volz. I've taught social studies here at Northside for 3.5 years on the Tyro team. My class is kind of like being a detective of history. We analyze a lot of sources to draw conclusions about essential questions like why did the youth get caught up in the Cultural Revolution? The content of my class involves learning about the geography, history, economics, and governments of Asia, Africa, and Australia. One of my favorite parts of teaching 7th grade is doing the simulations and getting kids to dig deeper on issues affecting the places we learn about. I've been fortunate to have traveled to 19 different countries, many of which we learn about in my class. I enjoy sharing these experiences with my students. I also enjoy working closely with Mrs. Stewart to block on interdisciplinary learning projects for certain topics throughout the year. This is Mrs. Fountain. She teaches 8th grade.
All right, hi, I'm Molly Fountain. I teach 8th grade social studies. So in 8th grade, we talk about U.S. history, but we still build on some of the skills that are developed in 7th grade. So doing things like analyzing, interpreting sources, making connections, looking at different perspectives of certain events are all things that we do between both of our classes, so in both years. In addition, so as 7th graders, there's a lot of interdisciplinary projects, and in 8th grade that is also true. So we have some team-wide projects. Even though in 8th grade social studies we focus on U.S. history, we also bring in perspectives globally, looking at how like the Bill of Rights in the United States compares to human rights across the world. We also do community service, trying to get an idea of really what our role is in the world.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Freeman and I am the 7th grade science teacher here at Northside Middle School. At middle school we study 3 areas of science. We will be studying earth science, life science and physical science. Through the curriculum we emphasize group work and block with writing and literacy. to investigate real-world phenomena through modeling and experimentation.
Hi, my name is Sarah Lanham, and I have the privilege of teaching 8th grade science and biology on the Global Studies pathway. The great part of this program is that we continue to build on what is started in the 7th grade year, in that we reinforce critical thinking as well as oral and written communication. And much of this is done through the use of simulations and applying the science to real-world situations. An added bonus to be a part of the Global Studies pathway is that if you are a high ability student, you have the opportunity to earn high school credit in the middle school setting. And so we definitely hope that you are intrinsically motivated and ready to handle the unique pace and curriculum that a biology high school class offers.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Stewart. I teach on the Tyro team. I am one of 2 language arts teachers. I have been a Tyro for 18 years, and with our program, that is one of the amazing things about Northside and the Global Studies program is the fact that we have 2 language arts classes. So students actually get 90 minutes of language arts every day. Through the language arts program, we obviously do a lot of collaborative working. Students know the writing process, know the research process, and the novels that I read in my class, as Mr. Volz mentioned, are connected to social studies. And so a lot of the novels and short stories that we read are connected to the different countries that he covers in his class.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Sauls. I am the writing and literacy teacher for the Tyro team. And some things that are unique about my class is we get to focus on poetry. We read short stories. We get to partner with the science teacher, Mrs. Freeman, to do a research project that the students really enjoy. And then we also use cooperative learning in my classroom, which really helps not only with student engagement, but also foster that sense of community in the classroom.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Donovan, and I teach English for 8th grade on the Titan team, which is connected to Crystal's English class. And so we just wanted to talk about what sets our team apart from other teams at Northside. So firstly, our English class offers a global perspective with not only the things that we read, but also the things that we research. And then we also offer interdisciplinary options. So if we want to work with other subjects as well, that's an option. And then what separates us from other middle schools English-wise is that we offer 2 English classes at once. So we have a total of 90 minutes per day for English class.
Hi, 6th graders. My name is Mrs. Rosenberg, and I'm the Literacy Lab teacher for the Titans. We have a lot of exciting things that happen on our team. As Mrs. Fountain, our social studies teacher, addressed, we do a lot of projects that are collaborative in nature, allowing you guys to practice presentation skills and really to just become more well-rounded students. We also have higher expectations on our team, so you can expect a little bit higher of a workload if you choose to go through the GSP program. It is also an adoption year for the English department, so we will be having the opportunity to get some new books in our program this year, which will allow us to create even more opportunities for growth in our cultural understanding through our novel studies.
Hola, I'm Senor Crisp. I teach Spanish 1 here at Northside, and as the foreign language department here at Northside, we have the fantastic opportunity to provide you with a unique opportunity to begin learning a foreign language in middle school. That begins in grade 7, moves on to grade 8, and hopefully that's something that you'll continue going into high school. For a lot of students, this is something that really is foreign, a foreign language. And so we'll be jumping in all together to give you that opportunity to learn something that's completely new. Now, one of the opportunities that you have is to gain high school credit, 2 years worth of high school credit towards your world language requirements. Those can also go towards your academic honors requirements on your high school diploma. And so that's a fantastic opportunity. With that opportunity, however, is a great level of responsibility. High school level courses require high school level work ethic. but we'll be right there with you along the way to guide you and get you started here on your foreign language path.
Bonjour, my name is Mr. Garcia. I teach 7th and 8th grade French 1 and French 2. Why take French? Why take Spanish, you ask? By the end of the first year, you'll be able to read and write in Spanish and French, speak in Spanish and French, understand spoken Spanish and French, and learn about many cultures in the Spanish and French-speaking worlds.
Bienvenidos a Northside. I am Señorita Borger. I am the Spanish 2 teacher here at Northside. We wanted to share some of the benefits that you will have when taking a world language. So one benefit is, there's lots of benefits, but one benefit is there are many job opportunities for you if you are multilingual or bilingual. You're more likely to get a job than a person who doesn't have the same skill set as you, and you will likely be paid at a higher rate. Another advantage to taking a world language is you get to expand your horizons and learn about the cultures around the world. And one last benefit to learning a world language is you will improve your cognitive skills, so you will be able to multitask and you'll get better problem-solving skills along with learning a language.
Hey future Spartans, Mr. Burton again. You've heard from all of our current 7th and 8th grade teachers from both the Tyro and the Titan teams about what Northside and the Global Studies pathway has to offer. So now I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about the difference between traditional letter grades that you'll see here at Northside and whichever high school you choose to attend, versus growth model reports, which is how your student has been evaluated throughout their time in elementary school. As you can see behind me here, throughout all of our 7th grade classrooms here at Northside, you'll see this "what does my grade mean?" So we've compared letter grades to growth model report card standards to help our students better understand what that transition looks like, what an A letter grade means, what a B letter grade means, and so on and so forth as you work your way down the letter chart. Don't worry, if you have questions, we make sure that our 7th grade teachers cover this very specifically, both with you and your students as they start middle school here at Northside. Next, I would like to address some frequently asked questions. As I'm sure you do, you'll have many questions as you and your student get ready for middle school. So here behind me on the screen, we've got several questions and those answers. I'm interested in Global Studies pathway, so how do I apply? Applications are available online beginning February 1st, 2021. It will close on March 10th, 2021, which is right before BCSC spring break. If you do not have access to a computer or the internet, you are welcome to call the Northside main office or come in and we will help you fill out the application here in person. What are the criteria for being considered for the Global Studies pathway? In the past, students were required to get the letter grade of A or B in their reading or English classes in 6th grade and pass 5th grade iLearn in English. Since BCSC has moved to those standard-based or growth model report cards, and COVID has not allowed us to give the iLearn test, the standard-based report cards are checked for appropriateness by enrolling in the high school level world language course, but there is not a required level to apply. I want to apply to Global Studies pathway. I currently reside in Central's district. Do I need to fill out a transfer form? This is one of the questions that we get asked most frequently. The answer is no. Global Studies pathway students are automatically transferred to Northside. However, if your student intends to attend Northside regardless of being accepted to Global Studies pathway, then you should still go ahead and fill out a transfer form. How about if your sibling was in Global Studies pathway? Will you automatically get a spot on that team? Yes, if you meet the criteria listed above. However, you must still apply online before the deadline in order to be considered. If I am selected and choose to participate in the Global Studies Pathway program, will I get transportation? Those are for students that possibly live in the Central District and are choosing to attend Northside and be on Global Studies Pathway. That answer is yes. Regardless of which BCSC district you reside, whether that be Central or Northside, bus transportation is available. If you live outside of BCSC, bus transportation is not available, and that's true for any program in BCSC. If I live in Central's district, but I want to attend Northside, will I still get transportation if I do not get selected for the Global Studies pathway? And that answer is no. Another question that we get asked very often is I received an invitation to be a part of the High Ability or the AC program. Do I automatically get to attend the school I mark as my first preference? And to be completely honest, that answer is probably. We make every effort to give students their first choice, but it's not always possible to satisfy each and every request. I received an invitation to be a part of the High Ability AC program, and I reside in Central's district. Do I still need to fill out a transfer form to attend Northside? Not if you have applied for the Global Studies pathway and indicated on the AC letter that you would like to go to Northside. If you do those two things, then that transfer form is not required. If I was in the High Ability or AC program in the elementary school, am I automatically invited to be a part of High Ability AC program at the middle school? And that short answer is yes. If I am currently in an AC program, do I still need to complete the Global Studies Pathway online application? That answer is also yes. So again, if you are in the AC program currently, you still qualify to be in the AC program here at Northside. However, you do still need to fill out the Global Studies Pathway application just so that we know what your intentions are when coming to 7th grade. Do I have to be an AC student to be on Global Studies Pathway? This is far and away the question that Mrs. Dixon, the principal, and I get asked most often. That answer is no. The AC program, the High Ability program here at Northside, is a small group of students who are on the Global Studies Pathway team if they choose to be. However, the majority of students on the Global Studies Pathway team are not AC High Ability students. They are students who, along with the decision with their families, have chosen to come to Northside and take high school level credit classes right away as a 7th grader. That does not mean that they are High Ability, that does not mean that they are AC, but most often means that they are intrinsically motivated students that would like to start off with their high school careers right away as 7th graders. Northside AC students are a subset of Global Studies. Again, the AC students are scheduled together in smaller AC sections, such as AC Writing and Literacy, AC Social Studies, etc. Grade level students are scheduled together on Global Studies and non-AC sections such as Writing and Literacy and Social Studies. The Tyro and Titan teams, those are our Global Studies teams which you heard from earlier, is created in a manner to accommodate both AC and regular education students. We hope that we've provided lots of information to you throughout the recording of this video. Again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to the Northside main office, 812-376-4403. And again, ask for me, Evan Burton, or our principal, Amy Dixon, and we would be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you soon.